Hi friends, welcome back to Live at the Roxy. A lot going on today to talk about, and we're doing a solo stream. Miss my girl Steph Sabra, but she's on a super secret mission right now, aka not in this city. But she will be back, and we will have more guests on the show. Based on your suggestion, I reached out to a couple of people, but please keep letting me know. I believe that Kate Mulligan is going to be able to be on the show this week. I think I'm going to talk to my brother about coming back on too. I texted Natalia, but keep suggesting who it is that you want to return or new faces or voices that you want to hear on this show. And I would love to have them. So thank you guys for being here and joining me. Also, please let me know how my internet connection is doing, because it is like hit or miss recently. And so I can always connect back to the hotspot, but I got the internet installed, but then new people moved in the front. I'm scared that they fucked everything up again. So it's a whole fucking to-do. It's a whole fucking to-do. What kind of to-do? A fucking to-do. And speaking of a fucking to-do, a lot of things that we're talking about today on the show are fucking to-dos. The NFL players are speaking out right now, or at least a lot of NFL players are speaking out right now about the fact that training camp is starting back up and they don't know jack shit about what is going on. The hashtag We Want to Play is going around, and I'll kind of break that down and give my thoughts on the situation as well. And I would love to hear from you guys also. August Alsina, who you guys, if you're like me, you didn't know that name until the entire Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith, August debacle came up and Jada brought herself to the red table. He released a song called Entanglements. It feels just about as petty as it can get, but we can discuss that. The president today on I think it was Fox News that I was watching. Well, I wasn't watching Fox News. I think it was a clip from Fox News that I saw. He referred to world wars as beautiful, the beautiful world wars, and also shots fired at Al Sharpton by him. Also just kind of like racist comment in general, but we will talk about the president and just how out of fucking touch with reality he is and continues to be. I was up until about 5 a.m. last night, and one of the things I did last night while I was up was I watched Palm Springs, the movie. It was fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. And I'll be discussing that here today and do a little review of that as well. Plus, I've got some advice for you guys, because you know when I do my solo streams, I try to give a little bit of advice. And then also, I will say I did watch the entire Joey Ryan video. I figured you guys might ask me about it. So if you want me to speak on the Joey Ryan situation, I'm happy to. And I can kind of break down the video that he posted and give you my thoughts on that as well. So you guys let me know if that is of interest to you. Otherwise, I can skip that for the day too. Also, as always, please super chat Streamlabs if you want your comments, questions, concerns to be read out loud, and you want to show me a little bit of support. That would be very helpful. We already had a Streamlabs come in today, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. You guys can probably guess from who. Glenn Caesar, who's 1 day older today, said, "Hello, Roxy. Love you. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I hope you and all the Rockstars band have a love-filled Sunday." Who the fuck knew it was Sunday? Much love, hugs, /good vibes, and bunnies to all of you who need it. By the way, what did you cook last night that made you feel like a chef? Oh my God, I made the most delicious dinner. It was just really simple corn and shrimp, but I made like this oil, garlic, parsley medley of, it was so good. So fucking good. I just was like eating it, and I have more. I made leftovers for lunch today, and I'm, when you just are pushing back eating your lunch because you're like, I'm so excited for this. This will give me something to do today. That sounded very lame and sad. Didn't mean it like that. Just in general saying, really excited for my lunch whenever I go to eat that today. Thank you for asking. What happened was I made it and then I ate it and then I realized how good it was. So then I posted a picture of me saying how good it was because I'd already put away the second half in the fridge. But if I remember, I'll take a picture of it. Not that it will look pretty as leftovers, but it was really good. like really fucking good. All right, should we get into the show for the day? Also, I've got my tea as always. Today we are drinking vanilla chai. We're trying to drink our tea. Get it? I think it's very hot still. It's burning my hand as I'm holding it. I'm not going to take a sip. Why don't we not burn our mouths today? Life lesson number 1 for the day. How about when you can decide not to burn your mouth, you don't burn your mouth? Seems like a pretty fair and good one. All right. Let's break down some of the stuff that's going on. Like I said, I want to talk about the NFL because this is kind of a load of bullshit. What's happening? You guys know I'm a massive sports fan. I'm a massive football fan. And I know that probably if you are a sports fan as well, you get your sports news elsewhere because I don't consistently talk about sports on the show, only when there's something massive going on. This feels pretty massive. So I think it's worth talking about here. And also, it's kind of upsetting. What's happening is that training camp is starting. People are going back to training camp, and the players are not happy. They made very smartly so the hashtag is we want to play. So right off the bat, they're saying we're not unhappy because we're about to start playing again. We're unhappy because of the way that the NFL is handling the situation. The NFL notoriously handles situations like fucking garbage. I mean, constantly all the time. We watched the Kaepernick situation and now all of a sudden BLM for them. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But okay. So it was like really, really, they really in the past have done some egregious things, but this one's pretty bad. And a lot of the players are speaking up about it. I think that JJ Watt did a really good job explaining this. So I want to read a little bit of his tweet, but also there was other players whose tweets I would like to look at. And it seems to me like I have not seen one player say anything other than this. They seem to all feel this way. And how could you not? So this is what he said. Once again, in the interest of keeping everyone, players and fans, as informed as possible, here is an updated list of what we as players know and don't know as the first group gets set to report to training camp tomorrow. Hashtag we want to play. Then he posted 2 screenshots of a notepad, essentially. So they're bulleted. He said, we want to play. We want to be as safe as possible. The NFL can mandate that players show up to training camp regardless if any agreement has been reached between the NFL and the NFLPA. That's so fucked up that they can mandate players show up when they haven't reached any kind of agreement about COVID. The next one is, we still have not been granted the full and proper training camp acclimation period necessary as recommended by the medical and training staffs. So the medical and training staffs are recommending one thing and the NFL is not listening. The next thing says, we still do not know if there will be daily testing, every other day testing, etc. The NFL needs a plan. How often are you testing your players? If you're putting them through training camp, how are you not going to fucking tell them how often they're getting tested? Next thing says, we still do not know if there will be preseason games or not. That one is important as well because they should know that. They're the ones that are going to be playing, and you need to protect your body and know how long you're going to be playing for, what it looks like. But at the same time, that's not the one that's of most concern to me. Next one says, we still do not know how a positive COVID test will be handled in regards to others in close contact, in the huddle, direct engaged with, etc. That's fucked up. We need a contingency plan. If the NFL is going back to training camp, then somebody's going to get COVID and somebody's going to have a positive COVID test. That's going to happen. There's too many players and they all are still seeing their families. They have to go to the grocery store. There's certain things you have to do in life. Someone is going to get COVID. What is your contingency plan? If someone tests positive for COVID, what about the other people who are in the huddle? Do they sit out? Do they go home until further notice? I mean, there has to be something. It's just fucking insane. The next one says, a strong and fair opt-out clause for those at higher risk or those with family members at higher risk has still not been agreed upon. I saw that Russell Wilson posted about this and he was like, listen, my wife's pregnant. Like, I can't bring home something to her. This is really fucked up. there needs to be an opt-out clause, and you need to not be fined because of it, and you need to not be at risk of not being able to play down the line. I mean, that's fucking crazy, especially for people who have been really ill or who have family members who are really ill. The next one says, if players do not show up on time, they can be fined or considered in breach of contract, even if health and safety protocols have not been agreed upon or IDER, which is infectious disease emergency response, plans have been approved. And then it says we want to play. I mean, all of these things are just like, this is a load of bullshit. I don't know how anybody can feel otherwise. How are they supposed to feel safe going back when there's no contingency plan, when protocol is so confusing, when they don't need to sign any kind of thing in order to make sure that the players and their families are safe? I mean, it's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. And I feel awful for these players. It's not cool. Drew Brees said, we need football, we need sports, we need hope. The NFL's unwillingness to follow the recommendations of their own medical experts will prevent that. If the NFL doesn't do their part to keep players healthy, there is no football in 2020. It's that simple. Get it done, NFL. Completely. If the NFL doesn't do their part to keep their players safe, their players are not going to be safe. And who the fuck's going to play football? Who the fuck is going to play football? What are we even talking about here? Like, they're saying they want to play, but they just need certain protocols put in place. There needs to be daily testing or every other day testing. We need to have contingency plans if something goes wrong. That's just the way that it is. Myles Garrett said, if the NFL doesn't do their part to keep players healthy, there's no football in 2020. It's that simple. So that's something that a lot of people are repeating. Russell Wilson, like I said, I'm concerned. My wife is pregnant. At NFL training camp is about to start, and there's still no clear plan on player health and family safety. We want to play football, but we also want to protect our loved ones. # we want to play. Totally. And I understand every single one of these. It's so fucked up. Now I wonder, because NFL is so crazy about shit, all these people who are tweeting, are they all in breach of contract? Are they allowed to be tweeting? Is NFL going to go after any of them for that? They would look really shitty right now, I think, if they did. Byron Jones said, the NFL continues to ignore major health and safety concerns, putting the 2020 season in jeopardy. America wants to watch football, and we want to play. Make the necessary changes. And then tags NFL commish. And then # we want to play. Malcolm Jenkins says, it blows my mind that the NFL is unwilling to follow the recommendations of their own experts regarding player safety, health and safety. If we want to have a full season this year, we need the NFL to listen to their experts. This is the crazy part about 2020, how nobody's listening to scientists and health experts. Like, why would, all right, I'm a theater major. So I'm pretty educated in terms of the fact that I graduated high school. I have a Bachelor of Arts from USC. I have been educated my whole life I was in the public school system, but a very good public school system. And I'm a fairly educated person. I don't know jack shit about global pandemics. I don't know as much as a doctor knows, not even close. I don't know as much as a scientist knows, not even close. What part of me would think that I would know more than somebody who went to school for 8 years for this or spent their whole career studying this? Why the fuck would I think I know more than them? That's psychotic. I know more about theater than them. I do not know more about anything having to do with the vaccine, with COVID, with the long-term effects of this. I mean, what the fuck? We have to listen to our experts. Would you, if your loved one needed a valve replacement, would you let the doctor operate? Or would you say, nah, I got this because I love them, so I know how to take care of them? That would be fucking psychotic. And that's what's happening here. Don't you think I know how to take care of my children? If it was important to wear masks, we would wear masks. What? What the fuck? Just the whole thing is so ass backwards. I can't even explain it. And the NFL is in big trouble if they don't figure this out. Lewis Cox says, yo, Roxy, you're awesome. Not really surprised that Trump said about world wars being good. However, it's terrible that he said it. Oh, we're going to break that down in a little bit. Fucking insane. Fucking insane. Intelligence Cycle said, NFL cares about greed, money, and only use the power of money that play huge part on the player's salary, plus use political game as distraction. Totally. And I know this is about the bottom line, and that's fucking disgusting. You have to keep your players safe. And if it really is about the bottom line, if they can't play, you guys can't make money as an organization. So come the fuck on. Come on. Be smart about the future of the NFL. Lewis Cox says, off topic, Roxy, you be an awesome kick-ass Buffy Summers. You're the second person to say that on the stream this week. In a Buffy the Vampire Slayer reboot. I know I said this yesterday. Oh, so you're the first person, but you said it twice. But you would be an awesome as Buffy, in my opinion. That would be amazing. I would be obsessed with that. Cosplaying her ASAP. Love Buffy. See, Buffy wouldn't let this shit fly. Who's best to take out a vampire, me or Buffy? Buffy. She knows what she's doing. You listen to experts in their field. Period. Let's see what's going on in the Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Hitman Hudson says, a donation to Steph's mayoral campaign. Also, have you seen The West Wing? It's my fave. Yeah, West Wing's freaking amazing. I haven't watched it in years, but yes, love that show. Mark Jason Ali says, hi, Roxy, just showing support and kudos to Betty Boop mug. Is she your favorite cartoon character? Take care. If you spoke to your grandparents, hope they're good. Can Perry be on the show? And Natasha Martinez, Sarah too, but I know she's not a host anymore. All great things to say. Thank you, Mark Jason Ali, for this one. Yeah, so this mug is from my brother. It's my Betty Boop mug. I collected all Betty Boop stuff growing up. I was obsessed with Betty Boop. Long story short, I was at Universal Studios when I was about 5 years old, and I was walking on some wall, and I fell off the wall, and I really badly skinned my knee, and who picked me up? Betty Boop. So she just became like my superhero. I love Betty Boop. I think she is the freaking cutest thing, too. And so I always collected Betty Boop bobbleheads, Betty Boop snow globes, Betty Boop mugs, Betty Boop dolls, just Betty Boop everything growing up. And so my brother got this for me a couple of years ago when he went to Universal Studios. And it's perfect. So that answers your Betty Boop thing. Is she my favorite cartoon character? One of them for sure. For sure. Have you spoken to your grandparents? Yes. Spoke to them not today, but yesterday. And they're doing okay. They're doing okay. This is really the truth of the matter is, and for anybody who is watching this who's in their 90s, I hope I don't put this too bluntly. I don't know if anybody's watching this that's in their 90s, but the truth of the matter is I feel super torn all the time because all I do is tell her to stay the fuck inside, stay the fuck inside, stay home, stay inside. And that's what's going to keep her and Papa alive. But it sucks because what kind of life is that to live when you can't leave your house and you're in your 90s? And, you know, to me, I feel like Grammy could live 50 more years. She's just incredible and still so active and amazing. But when you're in your 90s, you just don't know. And so it's challenging because she says to me things like, I want to leave and I feel awful. Like it's fucking horrible, but she can't. And that sucks. It's just really upsetting. I could just keep repeating it, but it's brutal. And I feel really bad for her. And it's not easy. It's not easy to be that age and to be in the middle of a pandemic. It's not easy to be my age and be in a pandemic, let alone 92. It fucking sucks. You're missing out on life, and we don't know when this is going to stop. And I'm doubting they're going to be able to leave for another year. Just the thought of that is fucking scary. So thank you for asking about that. Yes to Perry being on the show. Absolutely. I just need to text her. Tasha Martinez, I've never had any interactions with, but I'd love to have her on the show. But I don't even think we follow each other. We never really cross paths, but I think she's cool. So yeah. Sarah, I don't think she would do it, but I could ask her. I could ask her for you guys and we could see. That's my writing partner and Sarah Stratton. She was the host of Box Office Breakdown with JT and Tom Dagnino for a long time. Landon Sousa says, I just want to say I'm a huge fan of you. Stay safe. So nice, Landon. Thank you. Really appreciate that. You're a doll, and I'm doing my best to stay safe. I hope you guys are too. Speaking of staying safe, just want to talk about something for a second. I was invited to 2 parties yesterday. Not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because what the fuck? I was invited to 2 parties. One of them by somebody that I barely know. It was very sweet of him to invite me, but the selling point was that it was like a rager. And if I'm invited and I barely know the person inviting me and it's not even his party, it's his friend's party, how many fucking people are going to be at this party? Fuck that. That's psychotic shit. And then another party, which was a close friends, but they were going to be inside and there was going to be a lot of people. And no, what? We can't be doing this. Like, I did have a birthday party for myself. You guys know that. There was less than 10 people. We were all outside and everybody had on masks and it was actually a mask making party. And I still felt like, uh-oh about that. Do I have hair in my mouth? No, I feel it. Oh my God. Got it. Fucking disgusting. Anyway, you can't, if you're going to a party right now, like a party, fuck off. I'm trying to get my grandparents to stay inside. And you're going to a party? Like, I was listening to something this week. I heard some people going to a party and it's like, are you kidding? Do you not give a fuck about the planet at all? Or anybody's loved ones or yourself? What? It's just so egregious and like disgusting how selfish people are being during this time. Trust me, I want to go to the party. I'm not in good shape right now mentally, and I really could use a distraction, some drinks, some dancing, some fun, but I'm not going because are you fucking insane and are you stupid? It's crazy to be at an indoor party where people are not wearing masks or barely and not social distancing? Are you kidding? And yeah, this is why California is not doing well right now. Party in the hills, party at my parents, party at my house. No. Not cool. And it's the young people that are fucking this up. At first, everybody was like, the young people are the ones who are most concerned about it and they're helping. Not anymore. And I read this thing about COVID fatigue, which means that like people right now are like getting this fake bubble sense that they can't get it because they haven't gotten already and they're tired of staying inside and listening to the rules. So they're just throwing them out the fucking window. It's like, ugh, no, I'm not going to a party. Especially if you call it that, a party. When I texted people, I was like, hey, having a very, very small social distancing event outside with masks. Like, the fuck is wrong with people? And even that, I was like, I don't know if I should be doing this. The fuck is wrong with people? Pete Parker 2288 says, hey, Roxy, you look amazing. Have you ever gotten into any paid modeling or are you looking to in the future? Oh my God. Very sweet comment. No, I've definitely never been a paid model. It's not really in my personality. Like, I'm so awkward just in general. Like if you are like make sexy face in 2 seconds, I'm laughing. I don't know how to take myself very seriously. So am I looking to in the future? I mean, if somebody wanted to pay me an arm and a leg to be silly and goofy, then like for sure. But in general, I'm not much of a model. Like Blue Steel. Just not really. It's just not really my fucking thing. Loose Cox says, also on topic, Roxy, one of my favorite music bands, Linkin Park, sent Trump a cease and desist. I only was Linkin Park tweeted about it. Yeah, a lot of people are doing this. I told you guys about the Tom Petty cease and desist sent to Trump from Tom Petty's estate. He shouldn't be able to use people's songs that aren't supporters. And he's going to have a hard time finding people who have music who are supporters. It's just going to be very challenging. Because fuck him. I'm sorry. I try not to say things like that, but God, are we serious? What a joke he's made of The Office. I guess let's talk about it. Let's just get into Trump stuff, guys. Ugh. That's how I feel. Ugh. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the super chat and Streamlabs about all these things. So, Trump was doing an interview with Fox this morning in which he was talking about not renaming Fort Bragg and a lot of the forts that are named after people during the during like same thing as Confederate flag stuff. People who people don't want statues about, people don't want to be repping their flags, and it's just racist shit. And he was like, I'm not renaming these forts. These are forts that people won world wars with, beautiful world wars. And it's like, okay, let's pause for a second. How you could put the word beautiful in front of World War is so fucked up. I can't even fathom like a brain that would do that. But let's talk about it, because there have been two world wars, World War I and World War II. World War I was literally the most disgusting war ever. In terms of, if you're talking about beauty, it was dirty. We didn't have the advanced weaponry that we have now with trench warfare. And it was, I mean, hundreds of thousands of deaths in the most brutal, disgusting, horrific way. Beautiful? What are you talking about? And are you saying it's beautiful that we won? Because the whole thing was just so horrible. Move to World War II. Obviously, I already think that Trump has anti-Semitic tendencies. It was confirmed by his niece that he uses anti-Semitic slurs. And that was the least surprising thing ever. He has done racist and anti-Semitic things for his entire life and time as president. But you're referring to World War II as beautiful? You know that 12 million people were assassinated by Hitler, right? 6 million Jews and 6 million other people who were of different races and queer and different beliefs. What? What's the beautiful? What the fuck are you talking about? This just shows that he doesn't pick his words when he's like, it's huge. It's the hugest one. It's a beautiful world war. It's a beautiful world war. What the fuck are you talking about? And then when he was like, who would you want me to rename the camps after, or the forts after? Al Sharpton? And it's like, why'd you pick Al Sharpton's name as the most egregious one that you could name the camps after, the forts after? Like, where'd that even come from? And what are you thinking about? And do you not understand the racist ties that has, that you think that's that insane? And also, that's not even what people were suggesting. But what the fuck? Just what the fuck? Super Dan says because he hates black people. Straight up. He doesn't like Jews and he doesn't like black people. And that is like so abundantly clear. And he doesn't try to hide it. And this country doesn't care. This country doesn't care that he doesn't like those people. They're like, yeah, well, you got a small percentage. And I saw today the polling came out of by demographic who is polling for Trump. And in the white demographic right now, 49% people are going Trump and 42% are going Biden. And everybody else is like so on the opposite page. And it's like, God damn it. I don't like to make statements like, what the fuck, white people? But like, what the fuck? We're doing this. Yeah, don't forget those who are disabled. I mean, forget it. It's fucking disgusting. Ugh. Beautiful world wars. Are you on crack? Sally Mercedes. Truly, I was like, is the only black name he knows Al Sharpton? It was just so random. I know. Like, where did you get that from? You guys weren't talking about Al Sharpton. Like, just so fucking racist. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments, also in the super chat and the Streamlabs as we move on, because I cannot talk about Trump for that long anymore because he makes me want to put my head through a wall. So let's talk about a kind of silly situation instead. Actually, before we go on to that, Intelligence Cycle says, Roxy, just showing love, and you're not alone on Trump. I cannot even go into detail how much detestable stuff this idiot has done without being pissed off. I know. Ugh. Ugh. Just him in general. Gross. So fucking gross. Let's talk about August Alsina. Like, this is exactly what everybody thought was going to happen, that he was going to drop some tracks after he talked about his relationship with Jada Pinkett Smith. And he did. But not only did he drop a track, it's called Entanglements, which is what Jada referred to her relationship with him as, an entanglement. It was an entanglement. And then Will's like, an entanglement? And she's like, well, yeah. And then his song Entanglements. Ugh. This just whole thing feels so like unnecessary for me to know any of it. Like, I wish I didn't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know who fucked who. I know when I was younger, I kind of liked that stuff. Like, ooh, who's fucking who? Now I don't want to know. Will Smith looked so sad in that whole thing. If you guys are back together, you're back together. But like, I don't even really want to know about that. And now with this like entanglement song, the first line is like, entanglements means when you're entangled in the sheets. And it's like, and now I'm picturing August and Jada having sex. And like, I just don't even want to, I don't want to. I don't know if you guys feel as similar to that. I mean, maybe you like the drama, and like I like the drama sometimes too, but for this one, it's just kind of like, ugh, ugh. And like her coming out and talking about it, and then him coming back. The back and forth is just messy and gross. And also, I don't think that he's that great of a musician. So the song was like not great. If it had been a banger, then I'd be like, all right, he released a banger, it's a bop. But to me, it was just kind of like, no, no, no. Why? Why do I know this? Stop. Make it stop. So that's my thoughts on the August Alsina stuff. Chris Martinez in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, hey, Roxy, hope you're having a great day. In fuck no news, Star Wars just, no, not Star Wars, Star just told me she hasn't seen The Devil Wears Prada. In fuck yeah news, we're watching it tonight for our movie date. Chris, say hi to Star. That's awesome that you guys are watching it tonight. That movie is so good. Devil Wears Prada is so freaking good. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope Star enjoys it. Definitely worth a rewatch. I adore that movie. I totally adore that movie. Oh yeah, you guys are talking about Rick Ross in here. Rick Ross was featured on the track too, and I was just like, what is Rick Ross doing here? Rick Ross making that money. Jazz Santy, I know. Like, what? Why? Why is this happening? Make it stop. Make it stop, Jada. Make it stop. I hope Jada and Will are good now. Legitimately, they both seem like pretty cool people, and they have a beautiful family. And if that's what they both want, that's what I want for them. But no shit. I don't know them. It just seems like the right thing to want for them. So you guys let me know how you're feeling. Do you think that Will and Jada will go to the distance? Did you think it was weird that August Alsina said something and then dropped an album? And do you think this was all just a ploy to get more views? We'd love, love, love to know your thoughts on that. Let's talk about Palm Springs. Palm Springs, the movie, guys. I watched this movie. It's on Hulu. It's 90 minutes. It's a quick, easy watch. It's got a Groundhog's Day thing going on. It's a rom-com. It's adorable. And I'm all about it. I thought this movie was really fun and funny and romantic. And you guys know I'm a hopeless romantic. And I just think that it was really cute, and the performances were great. Andy Samberg, I always love. And that girl, Christina Marinti. I forget her last name. She's the one I think who ultimately was at the end of How I Met Your Mother, right? She was great, really endearing, quirky. The movie hit all of the rom-com beats. It was not like anything that reinvented the wheel, but I just thought Christina Milioti, thank you, Kristen Milioti. There we go. She's adorable. It was adorable. It was heartfelt and exactly like during quarantine what I want to watch. Although I will say that trigger warnings if you are alone right now because it just is such a love movie, such a cute rom com love movie. And yeah, I think it's only on Hulu right now, but I don't know. Maybe it will be available on Amazon or something. Uh, yeah, so good. Oh, I loved Once, Sally Mercedes. I didn't realize she was in Once on Broadway. I really loved Once. My friend was in Once on Broadway as well. Let's see. Lewis Cox in here says, I feel like Jada and Will go the distance or something like it. Maybe. I don't know. I like the phrasing of that. John Darius says, hey, Roxy, just sending a thank you for the advice you and Steph gave me the other day. It meant a lot. Hope things been well on your side. Peace and love. Always here to give advice, guys. Always happy to, and always, I can't guarantee my advice is right, but I always have thoughts on most situations. So you feel free to try me if you guys need it. Glenn Caesar in the streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider said, lots of love and good vibes to Grammy and Popo. I'm still hoping for a special guest appearance by Grammy on an episode of Live at the Roxy. Yes, we have to do that. For sure, we have to do that. I can't wait. I just don't know that she's gonna be able to do it without me. And then like going and sitting that close with her, even if I wear masks, is stressful. Yeah, kind of brutal. What did you guys think about? Do you guys want to hear my thoughts on the Joey Ryan situation? Do you guys even know what I'm talking about? I don't know if it's something that you guys are. I know we don't talk much wrestling on the show, but I know a lot of you guys have been asking me about it. So again, I don't need to talk about the situation if you guys don't care about hearing about it. But if it would be helpful or something you guys had questions for me about, I'm happy to talk about it. You guys know I try to be as transparent on this show as possible. And as somebody that I worked with, if you guys had any questions, I would be happy to try to answer them. Yeah, that's. I don't even know what to say other than that. Well, I do know what to say, but while I am getting you guys' responses on that, Landon Sousa said, favorite romantic drama, mine's Blue Valentine. Well, my favorite movie ever is Good Will Hunting, and it's a romantic drama, so Good Will Hunting. Blue Valentine is excellent, by the way. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, you guys say no clue, but go for it. No idea, but go for it. Speak your mind, girl. Dish that dirt. I've not heard anything. What's up? Don't care about Joey Ryan, but if you want to share, no idea. Not a wrestling guy. I don't mind. Shoot, sup. I'm interested in it, Roxy. Talked about the Joey Ryan issue before, saying you had a personal good experience with him and didn't have any problems. Yes, I did talk about that. It's your show. Talk about what you want to talk about. We're here for you. Oh, thanks. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, because I had some people tweet at me and ask me about it, but I just don't even know. So he put out an hour-long video. There was like, this is not a real number. It could be a little more, it could be a little less, but there was about 14 counts. That I think that's the number he said of sexual assault or misconduct on Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan being somebody that I worked with in the past and had nothing but positive experience with. And I've said that multiple times to you guys. I worked with him in Portland on a show in which we were playing games and we went to dinner and he came on Collider Live and had just nothing but positive experience with him. I can't say anything other than that. My experience with him was really, really great. But all these allegations started coming out, and it got pretty scary because some of them were really intense and upsetting. And I haven't spoken to him. I actually thought about calling him last night, but I don't even know what the fuck to say. He put out an hour-long video, and the problem with that alone is that if you need a full hour to defend yourself over every single one of the sexual allegations against you, that's not a good sign. Because even if you don't feel like you did anything wrong, or you don't feel like you assaulted anybody, or you feel as if you had permission from every person that you were sexually intimate with, if there's that many accounts, then clearly something you're doing is not okay. And he needed to state that. And you can state that pretty quickly. But instead, he went through all, as you know, I was saying 17 allegations. So all 17 allegations, and explained why each one of them was wrong, and then tried to speak about the women who had came forward about them character, which was really, really upsetting to watch as somebody who always really liked Joey Ryan and thought that he was I thought he was a good dude. And again, I had good experiences with him, but watching him talk last night, and I watched the whole hour video, and I was like so upset I could cry because he clearly didn't get it. And he was more concerned about defending himself. And I get why you would want to defend yourself if you don't feel like all of the information is accurate. But at the end of the day, you have done something that's made women really uncomfortable. And you have to start by it kind of starts and stops with that. Like, own that, or you will never move forward. And I kind of wanted to call him and say that, but then I didn't, because I see what he's done, which is any conversation he's had with anybody, he's turned it against them. So if somebody, if he reaches out to somebody and they say it's okay, then he's like, see, they were okay with it. And I don't want him to think I'm complicit with what he did. So he didn't reach out because he obviously keeps receipts and evidence. And I don't feel comfortable with having my name associated with him in that way. But I wanted to give him advice, which is like, I do believe that there's a person in there that is, but you can be both things. You can be both people. The way he treated me was wonderfully, and the way he treated other people clearly wasn't. But this is so fucked up that he would instead take every single case and explain and show text about how every single one of them was wrong, and this person misinterpreted this, and this person was puking, and this person was a cheater on his boyfriend. It's not relevant. None of that is relevant. And that was really sad to see that he clearly doesn't get it. I was hoping that when he put out a video, finally, the video would just say, regardless of if there are any discrepancies in what has happened with 17 women coming forward against me, it is clear that I have not known now how to treat women in the past, and I have not treated women well. And I'm going to do everything I can to make it up to these women and to women in the future, so that I never make anybody feel uncomfortable or unsafe again. And that's what I really feel like he needed to say, and he super duper didn't. So that sucked. That sucked. And I feel like you should take down the video, because it's so insulting and upsetting, and it's so clear that he doesn't understand what happened. Which is a bummer, because he was my friend. But he said at the end he's found God, or is working on that, and being close with God. maybe that will lead him in a positive direction. Maybe one day he'll kind of really get what happened here and see that even if he felt like he had consent, there were so many times in which he says in there, like, the important thing is, and it's like, you don't get to decide what the important thing is. You're not God. You don't get to make this case and then say the important thing is. Um, so yeah, just brutal. I thought that that was so, so brutal. And any of you guys who have thoughts on this, I would love to hear from you guys. But it was a really upsetting hour-long video, and no video should be that long if you've been doing it right. No video would be. Oh, woof. It sucks. Sucks. But I feel really bad for the women, and I feel like Joey has a really long journey ahead of him if he wants to really become a better person. And he said he's been in therapy and that, again, with God, but I think he's got a long way to go. That's my 2 cents on it. I'll keep you guys posted if there's any more updates on that. The video is still up on his YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, it is, but trigger warning, definitely. It's very upsetting, and he's very graphic in it. Very, very graphic in it, to a point where I felt uncomfortable watching it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys did too, who watched it. So those are my Joey Ryan thoughts. And before we get out of here, any super chats or Streamlabs that have comments, questions, concerns, I'll be reading those. But also I wanted to talk a little, because that was so fuck no news and negative. I wanted to do a little bit of Roxy advice stuff at the end here. So this might seem like an obvious one, but I want to talk about helping people. Again, sounds so obvious, but I want to talk about the importance of helping people and not just yourself, and really helping other humans. So the first level of this is that, and the statement seems more obvious, but I think in our lives we can all look at times in which we have not shown up or done this. If someone asks for your help, it's really important to help them. All of us know what it's like to ask for help. It's really fucking hard. For some of us, harder than others, based on how you grew up and nature versus nurture and just who we are. But it's really, really fucking hard to ask for help. And so when somebody asks you for your help, it's so important that if you're not putting yourself at really serious risk, that you show up for them and that you help them how you can. Because remember how challenging it was for you to ask for help. And I asked for help from somebody recently who I loved very dearly, and they would not help me. And this isn't about me. This is about advice for you guys, but it's really broken my spirits and my soul a little bit, because when you need something and you need something from a specific person and they won't come through for you, it makes you feel a little worthless and like you don't matter. And for you guys, I don't think anybody who's here ever wants to make somebody feel that way. And I know that sometimes it can be inconvenient. And sometimes we can get in our own heads and think that we have stuff that we need to do. And I have to get my job done, and I need to figure out my taxes, and I have to go to the grocery store, and I have to, all of the things that you might need to do. But there's always a way to show up for somebody. And if they specifically ask for you, then I really hope you guys do that and remember times in which you asked for something and somebody didn't show up or didn't help or didn't respond, and how hard that is. So today is about helping people, and the very first step of that is when they ask to be there and to show up. And then the even more evolved step of that is to help people even when they don't ask. So what I don't mean by that is step over boundaries or insult anybody by assuming that they need your help. But it's never hurt to offer, to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I noticed you posted this on Facebook that you are looking for an accountant. Do you need help finding one? Or, hey, I noticed you posted on Facebook that you're having a really hard time. Is there anything I can do to help? Or whatever it is, from big to small. If somebody's lost somebody or somebody has been really going through it or struggling, the first step is, if they ask you for help, to of course show up. And the second step is to reach out and ask if somebody needs help. Even when it's not convenient, even when it's not fun, even when it's frustrating, even if you've helped them before. That's something that I'm just realizing through and through, is that, like, we're not on this planet that long, and we have to make each other's times easier to be here. And we have to help each other have better experiences. And you do that by helping your friends and loved ones. So that is my advice for the day. If somebody asks for your help, please show up, unless you are putting yourself at risk, serious risk or endangerment. And to try to find somebody today or this week that you think might need help and might not ask for it, because a lot of us don't. And just to reach out and offer, and genuinely offer. Not if you need anything, let me know, but hey, been thinking about you, and I really am here for you. And if there's anything you think I can do that can help you get through this time, please reach out and let me know. I'm here. So hopefully you guys do that this week, today, tomorrow, soon. And let me know about it. Let me know how it goes. We can all be better friends, better family members, and better people. And I'm working on that, and I hope you guys are too. So anyway, that's my advice for the day. Lewis Coxon here says, absolutely, Roxy. I see a lot of you guys agreeing, and I hope that we can all take this one seriously and really look out for our loved ones. Even if it's people that you've lost a little bit of touch with, but you still love, reach out, let them know. Glenn Caesar in the streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, I also think it'd be pretty cool to see Emma Fife, Dominic Burns each come back as special guests on an episode of Live with Roxy, maybe even Sean Whalen or Jeff Graham together or separately. Thanks for a great show today. Roxy, peace, love, and hugs. Totally. Agreed. And I will reach out to all of them. So thank you for saying that. And yeah, and don't forget to comment in the comments. It does help a lot with the views. We've been down the last couple of days. So if you guys could leave a comment, let me know a guest that you want to see booked on the show, a topic that you want talked about tomorrow, a person or a situation in which you showed up for somebody or gave somebody help this week, or just let me know how much you miss Steph. All of those things totally work. But until tomorrow, I will see you guys at 1 p.m. live at the Roxy. Stay safe. Try and stay happy as best as you can, and reach out to somebody and help somebody who you really think's in need of it. Love you guys a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow, 1 p.m.